She got her cookie.
Congratulations, we're live. All right, everybody, welcome to the Monday, February 2nd, 2026 Board of Trustees meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by my friend Alex Dorfman.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. I'll open it up to public comment first. Alex, nothing? You sure? All right, giving you a chance again. Next on the agenda is the approval of minutes of the January 12th, 2026 Board of Trustees meeting. If there's any questions, addendums, etc., I'll ask for that now. If not, I'm going to make a motion to accept the minutes, seconded by.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Dorfman. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent.
Dana wasn't here.
Yes, perfect. Oh, welcome.
Oh, sorry.
Next will be the treasurer's report. Motion to approve claims in the sum of $122,707.61. Does any of the trustees have any questions? That being said, I'll make a motion to accept this abstract of audited vouchers, seconded by
I'll second
Deputy Mayor Janice. All in favor?
it.
Aye. There will be, Max isn't here, so we won't need to accuse him on part of landscaping. Next is the new business. First, I'd like to make a resolution to appoint our election inspectors for our upcoming Wednesday, March 18th election. So I'll make that motion. Would someone like to second it?
I'll second
And just for the record, the two people will be John Parker and Michael Putri, who have done our last few elections and have done a great job. So I made the motion. Frank seconded it. All in favor?
it. Aye.
Excellent. Passes. Next is a resolution to apply for the New York Plays Grant, which is a grant that will apply, hopefully, if we get it, apply to our playground. The goal of it is to make an inclusive playground that is handicap accessible, to add ramps, to add the appropriate equipment, and to make that very well-used playground accessible to all of our residents and children. Yes. So I'm going to make that motion for the resolution authorizing application to the New York Plays program. Do I have a?
Just a question, is
Sure.
this a New York State grant?
Yes.
Yes.
And is it the same one that Mayor Bob Weiser did?
I think this is a new one,
Oh,
but there's always some version. I think he did like the New York bricks.
That I think is correct. Yeah.
New York what?
Bricks. It's not CKS. I think it's just BRI. Yeah, I always forget. It's a C or K or an
This
X.
is similar, but just a different program, or?
Similar.
An
to-
additional program, but yeah. This one's definitely geared towards playgrounds specifically, so.
That's what his was.
Right, his grant, but I think bricks encompasses a little bit more, it's a little broader, more broad than this, but it's just another.
Now the-
Bricks again is here, but this is one that's available now.
Another available. There's lots of available grants, so we'll take this one. The only thing about this one is it's a 20% match, which is fine. We need to upgrade the playground anyway.
No, it's actually bricks, BRICKS,
Oh, that is. Oh, it is. Oh,
building recreational infrastructure for communities.
perfect.
Hmm.
All right, well, I'll still make the motion for this one. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Smith. All in favor?
Aye. So
Excellent.
who will fill out the, is that you, Marla? Do you, if you need any help or, you
That's
want
Daz.
him as a resource, I know him quite well. You probably know him too. You know Bob Whiteson. Mayor Bob?
Never heard of Mayor
Of
Bob.
course.
Just saw Bob on Friday, yes.
But I'm sure he would be.
Oh, it's a DASNY grant.
Yes.
Oh,
It's DASNY.
Right.
yeah, well, if we need to, we'll reach out to Bob. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any requirements besides application forms for the grant?
I mean, it's a rubric like these grants are, so, and the match is the big requirement, and if we, it's a competitive grant, so it would be very helpful for me to find out what other people did to.
Yeah, why reinvent the wheel? If
Hempstead got
somebody that's
15 million.
friendly, I'm sure he'd be
Village
willing
of
to help.
Hempstead for 15 million. Town of,
Wow, why do you get so much? Yeah, well,
15 million.
all right, next is the appointment of Maria, I'm going to butcher her name, Sarametis as an alternate member of the Architecture Review Committee. Do I need to make a motion to do that?
Yes, it's mayor appointing board to.
All right, so I'm going to make that motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Oh, perfect.
What if you don't know her? Does it matter?
Peter, interviewed her. If you have any questions, Peter.
What is her
I'd be
background?
happy to say aye, but I don't know her. So if I'm saying aye to somebody I've not seen a bio or
A real
I'm sure
estate professional, yeah.
if you like her,
She did
that's
a
fine. So
home
I'll say
on
aye.
North
Yeah,
Woods,
I met with her as well.
An architect, but she's a real estate person, so has that background.
Yeah, no, she's very qualified for this. And we need an alternate so that our ARC can meet on a regular basis, just in
Okay.
case people.
Just wondering
Come out of
before I
town.
just.
Two things. One, I want to, I think it's time we update our code with the fine schedule for section, let me see if I have it here.
Sorry, Mayor, did anybody second that motion to?
I think trustee Janice seconded it.
Thank you.
So chapter 227, vehicles and traffic, the penalties for various parking offenses in our village have not been updated since 2009. Parking in front of a fire hydrant is only a fine of $100, double parking, 75. And these are the kind of violations that tend to happen at construction sites. And our current fee structure isn't really enough to dissuade people from doing these offenses. So Jeff, what I'm asking though for this, when we rewrite this, can we move it out of the law and put it into the fee schedule? Is
Yes,
that possible?
yes. So for the other fines and fees that the board has changed over the past couple of years, they've been amended to say that the board can change these from time to time by resolution, and then we've been posting them to a fee schedule. So
Right.
there's not a new local law process each time. There's still a hearing, and it's still discussed.
Right.
Just not notice public hearing and changing the code.
Right. So we'll have a public hearing on this potentially at the March 2nd Board of Trustees meeting. Do I need to make a motion for this or to hold the public hearing
So we're gonna
or?
hold the public
Yes,
hearing.
because this time it would be a change to the code, so it would be a resolution to introduce a local law to amend the fine.
All right. I shall do that. I will make that resolution. Do I have a second?
Sure.
Thank you, Trustee Smith. All in favor? Aye. Perfect. The next thing is, and I'll lean on Peter for this. It was recommended from Mr. Albinski that we update our artificial turf code. Even though the intention, if we remember from, was it 3 years ago or 2 years ago?
Yeah,
It was
two, yeah.
really was to specifically not allow it in front yards, but the code never said it specifically. It calls it a structure. At the time, council recommended we do that. But upon further reflection and input from Peter, we're looking to specifically say it can't be in a front yard and certain conditions about it being in side yards. Correct, Mr. Albinski?
Yeah, it's not just for me, it's a recent case, and it really came from the board looking at that ordinance and going back to its intent, which was the front yard, and maybe provide some provisions in there about location on the property, if it's a corner lot, how it might look. So there might be some review in some way.
Screening or something, perhaps?
That we would look to do. If, so you wouldn't see a transition where it goes from lawn to artificial turf, maybe it means a fence or landscape or something like that. But again, I think the board saw that in this recent case and went back to the intent of when this was first initiated.
All right. Does any board member have any questions on this? We still haven't written the code yet, or the proposed code. So we'll have that on your desks well before the next board meeting. So I'm going to make a motion to hold this public hearing at the March 2nd Board of Trustees meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Collins, all in favor? Aye. Perfect. Mr. Albinski, ARC report, please.
Okay, the Architecture Review Committee, January 26th, we had 6 cases. Returning case was 535 Manhattan Woods Road. We had some comments about landscaping in the front yard that we wanted to address. And also they had once proposed a fence in the front yard. They were told that was a variance, so that was removed from the application. Actually, we've since gotten that revised landscape plan, so with that, I presented that for the board to approve. We have 11 Westgate, front entry portico and rear addition. We had a number of comments on that. The applicant wanted to separate what we had issues with the portico from the rest of the build. They wanted to start on that, so we're going to separate that. So they're going to come back for the portico part of it, and we're going to issue a permit for the remaining. There's some work in the back and exterior changes on windows and so forth. New applications, 21 Greenway. We had 6 different items there for their consideration to come back. So that was not approved to be returned. 40 Fernwood, this is the house that we saw several years ago. It was approved. It was just that actually withdrawn at some point. They came back with the same exact design. So permits expired, applications expired, so they had to come back again for the approval. So that's approved. It's the same design that was previously approved. 11 Chanticleer, the second floor addition, covered porches. That application was approved as submitted. 49 Country Club, new single-family dwelling. We had some specific comments for them to address, and if those are done, it's approved subject to those conditions. That's the report for January.
Okay. Does any board member have any questions on any of these applications? Seeing no one from the public here other than Alex. Alex, do you have any questions on these? Okay, Alex says no.
Well, 535 is the one we had the whole discussion last month, right?
Correct.
So are we closing that out now that we have the lawyers for Shelley's letter?
How do we deal with that? Do we just ignore it?
Well, my understanding is that the owners submitted that letter to the council. I think the board will recall the gentleman who attended the town application last month was handed him the application. Nothing's been received by the village in terms of an application as to this property. He foiled us to some other properties, but he didn't submit an application. There's no hold on going forward at this time.
Nope.
He was aware of it pending, and it's been 30 days, so.
All right, so
So my question then is It's approved, subject to conditions as per the report. If we vote yes on this tonight, this house is being built.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
just want to make sure we know what we're doing. That's all.
There's no reason not to vote on this
I didn't
tonight.
suggest otherwise. I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing when I'm voting on it. That's all.
All right, so I'm going to make a motion to accept the findings of the Architectural Review Committee of the January 26, 2026 meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Gary will abstain. Perfect. Public Works report. I hope you guys had a chance to read what Rich did. I want to thank the Highway Department for their extraordinary efforts in the last storm. We had some challenges with our equipment, and those challenges were met during the storm, which was very good. We were able to repair what needed to be repaired. We needed to put together what needed to be put together, and that was taken care of. Afterwards, there was a lot of maintenance that had to be done on our vehicles to get it ready for the next storm, which is what they do each and every time. Actually, there was a recommendation to purchase some new equipment to help them do the cleaning of the equipment better. Rich is going to research it and will probably approve that. And I need to give a warning to all of our residents. We had way too many people parking their cars in the street before the storm was over, which meant our plows had to come back a second time. And the worst are these people who, either them or their
You're pushing the
plow
snow in the
company
street.
are pushing the snow back in the street. And again, it's overtime. So our guys, instead of leaving, have to go back out a third or fourth time and then take care of those streets. So there are people who really need to, I understand you got to get rid of your snow, but you need to leave it on the property on your house.
I noticed
Most people do.
the people around the corner on Wood Valley, that guy with the big truck with the big wheels.
Yeah.
His guy pushed the snow all the way out into the street, and they're new, so maybe if they're from the city, that's what people in the city do. So I don't, we got to get the word out to people. I don't think anyone. I don't even know if it's on our website.
It's in the newsletter. It's been in the newsletter every year for the last couple of
People
years.
pay attention to it.
Short of you going knocking on their door and letting them know. But yes, I need everybody to help us out because it's a problem.
So like we register landscape companies, should we be registering
Snowplow.
guys?
Problem is, a lot of them.
A lot of the same guys.
They're fly-by-night
fine
guys.
then. Then we know who they are. That's
There's a,
good.
there's a lot of trucks that guys that just drive around
Yeah,
the
I know,
village and
I
say,
know.
you know,
But that, I mean,
$100.
I don't know if we can regulate it or not. I'm just putting it out there.
I think it's something we could do. I think
Well, you need a permit to do landscaping, correct? In the village?
correct.
I mean, should you need you can't make a permit, you can't
No,
make.
it's
Snow
licensed or even registered, just so we know who's in the.
I think the enforcement of it
It's
would be
hard.
very
It's
difficult.
hard, I understand.
Because other than the highway department, I don't expect people to be working in these big snowstorms.
Other than having a neighbor record it, I don't know how you.
Well, if
I mean, I guess
enforcement,
if Rich comes across, he writes down the address and.
He can.
Yeah.
We've asked him to, but yes.
and then
Okay.
Jack or Jerry goes the next day and keep them away.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just, obviously if people do it unknowingly or if operators do it unknowingly, okay, once is fine, but twice is not good, right? So,
A warning.
Yes, I just want compliance. I'm not looking for violations. We just need compliance. Keep our streets
Right.
safe. I mean, that's the
Right.
key thing. So again, thank you to Rich. I'm sure who's watching this on the replay. So everyone here appreciates all your efforts. I will now turn the show over to Mr. Blinkoff for the zoning report.
I do know the report, I have our copy. There are 3 decisions, the first of which is the one that Mr. Obinsky was referring to. This was an application where people were seeking to maintain turf in the backyard, and the BZA, after consideration, really felt that it wasn't going to be seen, it was well screened, and did permit it, and took into account what Mr. Obinsky had said, which was
You didn't mark that.
that they didn't want to have, the real issue was the front yard. The second that was approved is, this is an application to maintain essentially a pool and some fencing on Bridge Road and Mason Road. This is a really unique property. It's almost sort of like a peninsula, the way it's set up.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
They want to put a fence and it's going to be screened, and the board felt that that was appropriate under the circumstances. The final is on 20 Center Drive, and this was, they've been before the BZA before. This was an application to maintain equipment, including a barbecue and things of that nature in their yard with fencing as well as a pavilion. And while at first the application sounded like it was requesting a lot, the way the lot is set up, the topography is such that it's, particularly the pavilion, is really not going to have any impact on the neighbor. I think Peter would echo that.
Yeah.
They're
There's
just
a
not
very
safe.
large hill behind the house.
Correct.
And that's very large. Yes.
So the board thought this would be an appropriate request to grant. It would not have a negative impact on the surrounding area and approved it, and that is.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff.
So is this what prompted this conversation about the turf?
It is. That application has been pending before the BZA for several months, and this discussion has been going on at the BZA during that time.
I think that was the first zoning we had since the code changed. And the same property had turf installed prior to the change. So they were just adding to the backyard and the side yards from what they already had that was legal at that time.
How permeable is the product they're using?
So I was gonna
Well, they're
ask.
showing, they put it on a crushed stone base. So they're saying it drains just like grass.
I mean, he's my neighbor. I've never seen any puddling or anything.
Yeah, but I've been looking at it, and I have one engineer that I work with that wants to do some drainage structures for it, some control.
It's a high quality turf. It's not like the one down the block here that looks like carpeting. I mean, Greg's really looks like grass. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's like field turf.
Right.
So
You really feel for
Well, my concern isn't always the look. It's
it. Doesn't
it's just going to sheet water off onto other properties. That's what I'm.
right. That's my concern. Mary Jo, every time I pass the cookies down, it always gets sent back without everyone taking them. So I've kind of forgot this time.
Right. Yeah.
Here, let me pass them down.
But I think if
Frank
I-
gets mad when I
I
send the
got it.
cookies.
If we're going to entertain allowing artificial turf anywhere, I think that they need to bring a sample in and show the specs on it.
Well,
That
that's what we
it's,
did in this case.
Oh,
And you may not be aware, the history of some of it was, there was some toxics. They were doing shredded tires,
yeah.
and that formula is all changed.
Yeah.
Now it's really environmentally safe product. And they, in this case, they gave us the product and the specs with the base that they use.
Okay.
So, yes, we would make that as a requirement.
And the products are more porous. And again, we don't want that water sheeting and flooding a neighbor's home. We
Right.
want something that's pervious.
Not all artificial turf. Some of it has to be permeable. I mean, all fields are made with turf now.
Yeah, well, if
Water
the-
just doesn't sit on top of it.
Yeah, but it's how quickly does it? Yeah, the professional fields of field turf. That's a product that's unbelievably expensive. People aren't putting field turf in their backyard. That's you have to buy that from Marty Lyons.
Yes.
Through them. But the other products that people use, you don't know where it's coming from. Yeah.
AJ,
Comes
you ever
from
see, you ever
overseas,
see
it
the
comes
roll at Home Depot that they sell?
Yeah.
Someone could use that. That's
Yeah.
literally just a sheet of plastic. No
Yeah,
water,
no,
no
yeah.
water flows through that.
No, that's why I concur with this sentiment that we should have them show us what the turf is.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna make new rules about this stuff, then, it should be that the turf has to be
Approved. by-
approved
yeah.
by.
Well, that goes into my engineering review.
Right, yeah.
And they come with spec sheets that show the rate of penetration and.
Right, exactly, yeah. That's fine.
All right, thank you. Mayor's report.
We have a question.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question on 121 Pine Road. on the pool area requirements, so it says 71%, is that accurate? 71% of the occupied area of the rear yard will be pool?
Yes,
71%. So it's basically a house and a pool.
you'd have to look at the site plan. Again, it has 3 front yards, so the only rear yard is this narrow strip, the width of the house going back. So you put anything there, you're over the percentage. If you only need to put is a spot.
Okay.
So, yeah, the numbers look very high, but it's a unique, it's really, I don't know if you have a site like that.
Well,
That's small.
was there consideration on review of permeable or hard surface versus not hardscape surface? Is that kind of mitigated by any of that? Because this just seems like.
Gary, you'd have to see the site plan to understand that again.
Okay. I
Are you
know the
talking
site,
about
I live right
engineering?
around the corner
Are
from
you
it, so I
talking
know
about-
it well.
Are you talking about engineering of it or what?
I'm just talking about, it seems like a huge ask in relative when you look at the numbers. That's all. And I'm just looking for the legal basis to this.
Right.
It's a
I think it's
peninsula.
consistent
Yeah,
with
I
what
know the
Mr.
house.
Lisk was saying, is that it's really based on the layout of the property, that the 71% is on that little small portion that could be considered as.
Yeah, it's
as
gotta
I'm
be-
just trying to get
It's gotta be
educated, because
proper.
what would be the mitigation on something like that? Because that's a big ask.
The mitigation is that there's not, the fact that that was granted doesn't change the other part of the code, which says all their drainage still has to stay on their own property. So they can't
So it's just
get
a strip
around
in the
that,
back.
they're
Is
gonna
that-
have to prove
is that
that
the
to
sort of- or is it on the
establish
side?
So that still needs to be done. If there's any
That's
other
what they call
drainage
our
that needs to be added, they're gonna need
That's on
to
the
add that.
peninsula, you can't put a pool here.
Right. Right, they have all, they're like,
Obviously, I know that intersection. I live 3 houses away from that
that's
intersection.
really how they-
This house, if I'm going up Mason Drive with the train tracks on the left side of me, this house is the northwest, the northeast, the southeast, or the southwest part of that property over there.
Well, it goes between,
Because
Bridge
look at-
and
its
Mason.
address is on Pinewood, and you're talking about
the next street over is, what's the next street over?
it's right here.
It faces,
I think
it faces
I-
Pinewood,
yeah,
but
I think
has
when
a
you look
bridge
at-
on the
yeah.
north and Mason on the
Yeah.
south.
I think I need
Okay.
to explain to you that percentage calculation. What the code is that a pool can't occupy more than 25% of the basically unimproved areas of the rear yard.
Right.
Okay, so imagine this 3-sided thing, I've got this strip that's the width of the house to the back. If you put a patio there, okay, off the back of the house, that's deducted from the open area. Okay, and then you have, so with the patio, it almost takes half, just a regular deck patio almost takes half of that backyard.
So
But
the
the
rear
deck-
yard is,
So you only count the open area that's left. Okay? It's not taking, the pool isn't taking 75% of the entire squeezed rear yard. It's taking,
Right.
it's 75% of what's left.
The open.
because
What's left.
it's
the little
bordered
bit
by
of
two
grass that you have.
front yard, because it's bordered by 2 front yards?
It's got 3 streets around it.
Well, the third one is in the front.
Yeah.
It's got Mason Bridge.
But basically what you would consider the side yard section of a rear yard is really taken by a front yard on those 2 sides of
Right,
the
we
north.
don't have any side
That's
yards.
right.
There's no side yards.
It was only I was only using that as a proxy, not as a technical term. So what you would think is a side yard, if it's really a or part of a rear yard, is really a front.
How does it not have any
That's
side yards?
Yes.
And so you only end up with that small square of a rear yard.
The corner property has one, the corner.
Got it, okay.
I'm confused now, because on a normal corner, the shorter dimension is the front yard and the longer dimension is the side yard, correct? Zoning.
The side opposite the shortest
Right.
side is the rear yard.
So if you have 3 streets,
It's longer on its sides.
which which of the, can only be one front yard, right?
No, you can have more than front one.
You can have 2 front yards?
You can have 3 front yards
You
in
have
this
3
case.
front yards.
Facing through streets.
That's unusual.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a peninsula.
Because that's
what makes
weird.
Property unique.
That's weird.
And it's not setting precedent for
Yeah.
other properties on the percentage.
But I understand what you're saying about the 71%. It's only really like 20% of the entire property, but it's 71% of what's left of
And of
it.
the rear yard, again, you deduct,
Yeah.
you deduct all the
It's all math.
paved areas.
So math's just,
Patio, that deducts, and that reduces your rear, let's say your rear yard is 2,000, 1,000 square feet. You have 300 square feet of patio, that reduces the amount that we're taking the percentage of for a pool area.
right.
It's not percentage of the entire rear yard, it's what's left.
Right.
That's green.
It's just math.
Well, this board doesn't act on other boards' findings.
No, I was just interested in the legality or the legal argument on it. And it's an interesting argument. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Mayor's report. We got another grant. Thank you, Marla. This is a $50,000 water quality improvement project non-point source abatement grant. And we're using that for engineering costs related to hopeful drainage and stormwater collection improvements throughout the village, which is good. This way we can reconstruct our catch basins and storm sewers and all that great stuff. I don't know who has not seen the feature we got in Newsday in the real estate section on why living in Flower Hill is the greatest place. Alex, did you read that article?
Sign homework.
Alex, can't you need to do this book report for school, okay? Current events. Current
I
events.
love the one house they had as a house. It's an example house though, the one in Middleton.
Oh, yeah. They were looking for low-priced homes, so they used
I liked
that
the
one.
description too.
Yes, I know.
And
parking,
too.
So that's one interesting thing in the mayor's report. And, another warning, overnight parking. If residents need to leave their cars between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. because they're having a party, house guests, construction, please get a permit from the village because the Nassau
They're not having
County,
a party at 2 o'clock in the morning.
well, they have people who might be staying
They better be
over
quiet.
after a party.
Right.
Because Nassau County Police have been ticketing. So if people need a permit, please reach out to us and we'll help you out there because we do not
So it's
control.
odd that they're not ticketing the car on Stonytown that's been parked there.
I don't know if that car in Stonytown is there at 2 a.m.
Might not, maybe they move it somewhere.
I don't know, but
It's
we
just
will,
there during the day.
Jack will take care of it, or Jerry will take care of that.
Jack.
And that's my mayor's report. Any trustees report?
No, but I have a question.
Sure.
I don't know who'd ask it. You or you? If somebody wanted to challenge their assessment, what assessment value does the village use for our village tax purposes? Do
We are a non-assessing body.
No, I
So
know that, but what number if they, in other words, if they want to challenge their village taxes, their assessment that their village taxes are calculated on, what level, how does our village, what value are we assigning to the
We
person's
use the
home?
Nassau County tax roll, so whatever, if they're gonna challenge through the county, then we would use, that's the same number we use. And then we calculate our tax rate, against that, so.
I've had this question, so that's why I'm in.
villages, a handful, are still doing their own assessment.
So we use, that's all I wanted to know, because, was the whole, so the assessment by the county has not been done since 2018, right? The tax roll of 2020. The level of assessment that's being used at ARC, which is the Assessment Review Commission, is basically last year was 60% of what the value of the homes are. So if somebody technically, and approximately 80% of people that bother to, I think that's what Newsday quote, something like 75 to 80% of the people that challenge or grieve their assessment are successful. So I'm just wondering if the village has, if you were to get a call and someone said, I want to, file a grievance, would we have to allow, right? But so we would say we're not assessing, I know that, we're using the Nassau County, but the Nassau County, you have to understand, hasn't been done, right? And so therefore there's
They use a firm,
who uses a
if
firm?
if they use like a.
They could do it on their own.
Well, they could do it on their own also. I forgot what the deadline is, but I think it's.
It's March 2nd, unless it's been for unless for the town, Nassau County, it's March 2nd, unless it's extended, which it usually is, so. But our tax, we're on a different schedule, right? Our tax
That's what I thought.
collection.
But it doesn't,
Yes.
it's not, if you appeal this year, you're not gonna see the results for 2 years on your tax bill. So
Well, if you appeal now, you'll see your next school bill, next October.
If you appeal and for a particular year and that year has passed, we would have to refund you the difference. It's not great for us, to be honest, because we've already
yeah, but you,
counted on that
I
money.
mean, if you're putting an appeal right now, it's not for the 26, it's for
For
20.
27, 28, that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Your bill that you get for your school and your county, but, so if somebody
So-
were, I'm thinking like the gentleman that's just building that beautiful home on Stony to the End, right?
Mhm.
You know, and he's going to have a pretty nice tax bill when he's finished. Could, in theory, I'm just using that as an example, not saying, but he could say, you know, I'd like to appeal my village tax. So that's why I was just wondering if we have something in place currently that,
Well, we have to take, I think it might be like something Tuesday in February.
I'll check the exact date for you. In villages, it's usually the second week in February that they would have to file their grievance.
okay,
But we do rely on the Nassau County tax roll. The village has a choice to whether it be their own assessing unit, and the decision years ago was made that the cost analysis was still better on the village's side to just accept the county roll. I'll find the exact date for you for grievances. I think it's slightly different, I don't think it's March 2nd.
I was just wondering.
It can't be that close because I haven't gotten 8,000 main-bound mail.
I have.
Have you?
Of course.
I just signed you up again. Okay.
Crazy.
All right. If there's no other trustees report, I am going to make a motion to go into executive session to have a very quick.
Oh, I just want to ask a question. Suzanne,
Sure.
the investment, the CDs. So a lot of them closed in the last 2 months.
And then we put the money back into our account because we had a lot of bills that needed to be paid from our general fund.
Oh, okay. So we only have 100,000 now in CDs.
CDs, yes.
So are we going to be able to put more in?
In June,
We're starting to use up our money.
It's your money in night class too, right?
Correct.
TV, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious why they're, we have been re-upping them. Okay.
It's cash flow. We need cash. So as the whole idea
Yeah.
of laddering these CDs
Yeah.
was to have it available when we need the money.
No, absolutely.
Now we
That's
need the
fine.
money. So we've got
also
some.
by opening that capital project, we opened that capital project fund, theoretically, that those hundreds of thousands of dollars would not necessarily come out of the general fund, it would be there and transferred into an account to pay it. So theoretically, that might not happen.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to make the motion to go to executive session to discuss a pending legal matter. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, all in favor.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Peter. Peter, you
Good
may
night.
have escaped earlier.